value 1 plus 1, and then subtract 1 from the chart number. You would have had 25.673, but you subtract 1 to get 24. And it actually did make a difference on which option is best. If you would have done it as an ordinary annuity, like most of you did, A came out better. But if you do it as an annuity due, it does switch things around just a little bit, get you a little extra money, and B became the better option. All kinds of problems on the payroll, which really shouldn't be that hard as long as you just memorize the few key things, knowing that these two I expect you to memorize, and I don't give you anything in the wording about them. Now your numbers may be a little different because some of you had an older version and some of you have the newer version, which has 115.6 as the payment. And so depending on what version you had, the numbers could be a little different. But I graded it whatever way your problem stated, whatever version you had. If you had the 115.6 version, then the Social Security would have been capped. Social Security, with the version that's on here, the older version, you didn't even hit the cap with Social Security. Social Security has a $117,000 cap, and you wouldn't have hit it even with the extra 5. But when it was for those of you that had the new version, the 115.6, you would have hit the cap with this payroll. And so there's only $1,400 left until you get to that cap number, so that if you had the newer version, you would have taken 1,400 times 0.062, the Social Security rate that I expect you to have memorized. And that would have given you 80-some. Any issues with this one? And then the second one, part 2, employer's portion. Remember, the employer pays the exact same as the employee for the first two, Social Security and Medicare. And typically they would pay FUTA and SUTA. This one I expect you to have memorized. I don't even give it to you. But we didn't have any of these because we hit the cap already a long time ago. We're way over the cap when we're at 100 and some thousand. The cap on those is very small, 7,000 and 9,500. This one didn't go as well as I think it normally does. I think normally this one is a little bit better than, but some of you, quite a few missed this one, and I didn't think it was that tough. Making sure that you know that your I equals your principal times your rate times your time. Time being only 1 month out of 12. And your rate was 0.08, and the principal to start out was $12,000. Of course, that principal will go down every payment. This one was the worst. This one was just like the Best Buy example that I had with the computer purchase. Those $40 payments. Same thing here, we have payments. They are $80 payments, giving us 18 months to pay it off. How much is this item worth right now, considering those payments? We do not use the lump sum. The lump sum isn't an option in this case. The payments are what's being looked at because that's what the person would do. They would do $80 payments, or if they get the deal, pay off with $1,311 as I have there. A lot of you, when you didn't do the payments, you need to know that I is only 1%, because it's 12% annually, but monthly it's cut off down to 1%. And then using the present value of all of those payments, what's it worth right now, all of those payments? And then being able to prove your work. Showing me that if I do take those $80 payments and I want to know what are all those payments worth in 18 months, same in, same I. Notice how close they are together, 1569. Or if I would just take the lump sum, I'm going to pretty much have the exact same within about a quarter. So with your notes, I was a little disappointed that we didn't do a little bit better. So we went over every one of these types of exercises through notes and practice examples, if you took good notes. And then that practice quiz that I handed out on Tuesday is another good way to make sure you've really got this stuff, especially the ones you missed. And I'll check it if you want me to. And then I'll give you the answers back when you submit it to me for a check.